Hey there, podcast listeners! Dr. Sheeper. Welcome back to our TGIFT Talks. I'm your host. Today I'm joined by Anonymous Phil.
Hi.
Roll the intro.
Wouldn't you like to get away?
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
And they're always glad you came.
And we're back. So this is the first every week podcast.
It's the start of an era.
Let's see how this goes. Like, last a week. We have 3 podcasts on the round. I'm just like, no, I'm done.
It's gonna go. I see a positive thing and a negative thing. Positive, more podcasts, which could always be good. Negative side is more podcasts, and that means we're closer to bringing Will back.
Oh, yeah. So you can break the microphone, like actually break it this time. So anyways, how was your 3 weeks, I guess? It's been 3 weeks since you've been on.
Has it been 3 weeks? Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. It'd be before if we weren't doing this one, so yeah, 3 weeks.
Yeah, so 3 weeks ago would be dead week. So it'd be, preparing for finals.
Yeah.
And then last week was finals. And then this week was the first week of relaxation.
Yeah, how did, so did you pass everything?
Yeah, we did good. We did good.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you?
Yeah, I passed everything. The professor screwed me over on things, but yeah, I passed everything. I love the one class. It's a 200 level course, 265. AggieCon 265. And she's like, I'm going to treat this like AggieCon 365 and make it difficult. I got a 95. I was like, you ain't even trying.
Yeah, you told me about this. Yeah.
Yeah, my Snapchat story.
Yeah.
I'm like, you didn't do a very good job. 300 my butt. That was the easiest 300 level course ever. Although we were supposed to have an actual final, we didn't end up actually having like multiple choice final, which would have been reasonably difficult because we'd never done anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they screwed me over my last assignment. I got like 66% on it. I was like, what's going on here? What the heck? Like all the other ones were like 90, 80. No, it was like a freaking 70. I'm like, why? Apparently I did not do too well on it.
Did you look at the statistic things? You can see what the average, the high. And
Oh, I didn't look at that. I didn't. Oh, and okay. So I wrote my review of this. So the final was you write a 2-page paper about a policy proposal. You know, the review of it, what they missed, what they need to account for, what side you're on.
Yes, you told me about this, yes.
And I had to write a 2-page paper about another person.
Yes.
So I got a 94 or something on the paper that I wrote.
Yeah?
They gave me a 94. And then my review of hers, I got 100. I was like, I'm sorry, did I do something wrong again? But there's no feedback. They didn't tell me I did anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it's like, that's the whole concept. That's why finals are so stupid. You're not testing what I know.
Well, that final specifically.
Or like any final. You're testing me, but I'm not going to learn anything.
Well, I guess all my finals have been, cumulative.
I don't.
Oh.
I was supposed to, I think, for econ, but our professor got lazy. But, it's just I don't get the point of finals, because it's the end of the day, it's the end of the year. You either, A, give us feedback and we don't listen, or you don't give us feedback and it's like, I wasn't going to look at it, or maybe I did want to look at it, and it was just like, now what?
Yeah.
It was just kind of irritating. So, my econ final, I got 25 out of 100. Which I was like, dang, that's a little close. So, I thought, I gotta have the bare minimum.
Because you had to have a minimum of 20.
And 20, and I was like, oh, that was cutting it close.
You literally told me, nah, we should be good. I can go as low as a 20.
I'm pretty sure I can get 20.
I'm pretty sure I can pass this shit. This stuff.
Slut.
This slut.
The 3 words you can say.
Yes.
Slut, damn hell.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I can pass this slut. I was off by 5 points. I was like, alright. Wasn't expecting that.
Who knows, maybe he bumped you a little bit.
I actually sent him a message when I turned it in. Well, it's like, oh, you can add comments. I added comments. Whatever, please, somehow bump this. I'm a senior next semester. If I have to retake this class, that means I might have to go a whole nother semester, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Have to be a waste of time. Like, I get the material. You've seen my homework grades, all right, and you saw my other You see my other grades. It's just this one test is gonna kill me.
Mm-hmm.
So he could have. It potentially could have. You know, you see my quiz grade. I do okay. This isn't awful. International trade. I thought I did really well in my final. I got a 50%. I was like, what? And then on my final paper, I got a 60 out of 70. She's like, oh, no sources and misspell. I'm like, why are you judging us on spelling? What?
Well, it could be distracting to the reader.
Must have been that bad then. She's like, oh yeah,
I've seen your spelling a couple of times.
Yeah. So you have no in-text citations. I was like,
Do you never know about that?
where did you have that listed? Nowhere did she have that listed.
Did she list? Did she tell you to properly cite your stuff?
She said citations.
That means in text. I learned that when I was a sophomore.
Well, I'm a senior, and they're now telling me this. How many other papers I've written, and they always ask for in-text citations, or
Yeah.
they didn't care.
Well, see, when I was a sophomore, I learned that. Well, see, fortunately, my teacher was very forgiving, and she was like, because I told her that when I was in high school, we never did in-text citations. We were never told about doing it, and quite frankly, to me, it's kind of distracting. I wanted to be able to just read through it. Maybe put a citation like the footnote.
I don't
or
have that
something.
excuse because my high school teachers did teach us about in-text citations.
Oh. Well, see, I figured you could put in the footnote or whatever, and then just leave your citation at the end.
Footnote?
No.
It's like reading the Bible. It's
Yeah.
Well, like the nuns are like, don't read the footnotes. I'm like, half the page is the footnotes.
You put a little number by the word or whatever, by the sentence, and then you have that citation at the bottom of the page.
The Bible's mostly footnotes.
It is, yes. It is.
Because you don't understand what you're reading half the time because it's Old English.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was written in Old English, but today you can understand it using standard English. Have you seen Old English?
Yeah,
It is like unintelligible from what we say now.
Yeah, I know. I've seen comparisons. I learned that in my college English.
It's like a whole nother English. It's like a whole nother language.
Right. Yeah. So no, I guess it's like it was a 400 level course. I guess I have no excuse.
Yeah.
You're supposed to take it as a senior, so whoops. Still passed that class. Yeah. So what? I got an A in that one class. I think. Oh no, but it went in my red as a B. I think a B plus.
Oh.
Got 95, but a B plus. I was like, maybe it was a different class. I got like a 90, but it went in as a B plus. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Are you serious?
Like your grade on Canvas said that?
Yeah, I got a 90, but I don't remember.
I don't know, I've had that too, where Canvas doesn't seem to show the actual grade that goes
That's
through.
what one of my friends said. Yeah, it doesn't really show it.
I don't know why that is.
But I should have texted my group member and asked her what she got. Because, when I reviewed her paper,
Uh-huh.
I can do that. Anyways. Yeah. So 3 weeks were that. Hell.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, Tuesday. So, okay, one day I went to the doctor's for the follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
And then after, they're like, okay, yeah, come back in 2 weeks. We want to check you again.
Yeah.
Your blood pressure, just because we're not taking you off the pills, we're not putting you on stronger ones, because you talked about being lightheaded, which is
Yeah.
obviously low blood pressure, which means our readings here in the office just
Yeah,
aren't
no, I had
right.
to do the same. I had to go back in a month.
Well, they want me in like every day in 2 weeks. And so I was like, okay, whatever. The next day, all I wanted to do was sleep because I just had a headache all day. I could not get rid of it.
Really?
I had a headache like basically all day.
Yeah.
I had like my blanket wrapped around my forehead because it felt better. Anything. I was doing anything to make my head feel better. It was awful. And then Wednesday, I woke up with a headache. I did all my morning stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm taking a nap. So I took a nap. Well, I was late for work. My alarm never went off.
Huh.
And I was like, literally, I woke up and was about to like text my assistant manager. Like, I started texting, and then he called. I was like, dang it! If I had just gotten, I was like about to call him, and then he called me. I'm like, dang it! If I had gotten the call through, I wouldn't have lost the point. I lost the point because they had to call me. Because if you call in, you don't lose a point.
What did you have a point system?
Yeah. You get so many points, then you're fired. Or you're suspended.
Oh, I see.
I was like, I lost a point. I was like, dang it! I was so close to calling them.
What time was it?
3:12. Latest you can go is 3:05.
Okay.
Like, I'm glad I woke up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know if his phone call might have not woken me, because I was out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my headaches was gone, and then I got to work, and I started working, and then it came back.
Do you have a limit as to how late you can wait to text? It's like, let's say he didn't text you till like 3:30, but you sent a text like, say, like 3:20 or whatever. Like, is there
Probably not. As long as you call in ahead of time, I
like,
don't...
does that have to be before your shift starts?
Probably.
Because I know, like, at where I work, it sounds a little less strict. So we will call you if you're late or whatever, but usually it's, as far as getting fired, it's 3 no-call, no-shows. So if they call you and you respond, that's okay. Even if you come in late, or even if you say, I can't come in today, and it's like those 2 hours after your shift started, you're still in the clear. However, their perspective of you has, diminished.
You can lose a lot of points. I don't remember how many points it is. You can lose a lot of them, though.
Well, anyways,
I've lost 2 this month.
So anyways, it's 3 call no shows, and it's in a row nonetheless. It's in a row. So quite literally, there's this kid. He had 2 no call no shows in a row. The third one, it was like 3 hours into his shift, and we tried calling him or whatever, texting him saying, hey, if I don't get a response from you, we're gonna have to let you go. Like literally, like. He had, like, I don't know, a half hour left of his shift or whatever. He finally called saying, I can't come into work, just woke up. It was like freaking noon. It was noon. What are you doing still sleeping?
But, like, I had an excuse. I was in pain.
And so because of that, they couldn't fire him, but they ended up firing him like a week or 2 later because of his work ethic, because when he would show up to work, those rare occasions when he did come, he did nothing.
Yep. Yeah, I had a reason for being late, though. Like, sleep was the only way to get out of pain. Because I slept, the pain went away, and I woke up, the pain was usually gone.
Yeah.
It was the only way to get rid of pain. Painkillers didn't do anything. They didn't even touch it.
So how did your alarm not go off? Did you, like, forget to set one? Or
I set it on my phone, and either A, it went off, and I hit it right when it went off,
yeah.
in my sleep, because, I'm, like, moving around like this or whatever.
Sure.
Or, when I was doing this, I turned it off.
Huh.
So the next time I took a nap, I set my phone alarm. So that wouldn't happen. Because I just set the phone on the end table, no way I could possibly turn the phone alarm off.
Yep.
But I was like, I couldn't... Maybe that was Monday that happened. I don't remember. I think it might have been Monday. I did have a headache Monday. Wednesday I had a headache. I don't remember. Either way, the only way I can get rid of the headaches is sleep. And, like, today... and then Wednesday, it was bad. Work, I was like, I had talked to my manager. I'm like, hey, I might need to leave early because I was lightheaded. I was every time I move, I get lightheaded and then I get a headache.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna have to go home. I think. And he's like, all right, stay as long as you need. I managed to finish my shift, and I went home. Didn't have headaches until today. And today I had some mild headaches. They weren't that bad. But I'm just like, what is causing these? And I called the health center, and they're like, well, message your doctor. But they went away, and I was like, I was close to the end of the day, I need to get to work, and I was like, because it was Wednesday at this point, I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to bother. Because what if the headaches go away tomorrow? And sure enough, they went away. Now they're back. I don't know, maybe they'll be
really?
gone.
You have a headache right now?
Yeah. Maybe they'll be gone tomorrow. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. I don't understand the headaches. But again, though, I could have a fever now. That could be what's this headache. I don't know. Okay, bye. But I mean, I have no idea. My thermometer doesn't work, so I'll find out in 2 weeks. But I don't know. I guess a week. So yeah, my 2 weeks were brutal.
What did you said your thermometer doesn't work?
Yeah. Because remember how I literally took my temperature before I went to the doctor's that day, and it was at 97. Went to the doctor's, you're 100.3.
It just needs to be recalibrated.
It's a little more than recalibration.
It's a couple degrees off.
It's a whole. Well, to be fair though, their thermometers, 100.3, 99, 98. I'm like, what kind of worthless thermometers are you using?
Wait, is this at the doctor?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What doctor did you go to?
The university. The thermometer went 100.3.
Because how you should do it is either in the ear, which is how they do it at the health center. Just right.
Not the way I went. Every time I go to the doctors, they've always done under the tongue. This is the first time they went beep.
Well, you should either go in the ear or in the tongue because the forehead is surface temperature. You're measuring the exterior temperature, which is why thermal imaging cameras don't work because your internal temperature can be cooler than your exterior temperature.
Yeah, it was warm that day. I was warm. And it just went with the first one, beep, 100.3. I was like, oh, I have to get the. They're like, all right, we'll get a different thermometer here. Beep, 90 something. Next one, beep, 98. I was like, so now I'm fine. I thought I silenced this dang thing. So yeah, so I'm like, now I'm fine. How? What? And then I had to get tested. Because 100.3, oh, you gotta get tested. You had headaches, hot flashes, 100.3, you're gonna get tested. I was negative. But that leads into our next topic.
The amount of people that are.
Well, that and then my story about work.
Yes.
Because it's related to the virus, and I figured I'll just call it during the virus section. It's been a while. Not for me. Alright.